Welcome back to Black Girl from Brick City. My name is AYCE with the Y, and I'm the host, and I'm super excited to be speaking with you today. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to AYCE Gang, where we don't gang bang, girl, man, young man. I'm super excited, and hey, if you are a returning listener, welcome back. Yes, I'm on episode 26. Woo! We're almost at 30. I took a little break last week, and I think it's been 2 weeks. But I said, let me get right back on my podcast. I was just working on some music. Yes, your girl's been working on her album. And I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to honestly just introduce the world to my new sound, what I've been feeling, how I've been, just making it through. And I think that this is going to be one of my best projects yet. So stay tuned. I am releasing a single. Depending on when everything is in, I guess I can say its final stages, I will have a date. I will have a date for the single. But I'm really looking at the first week in March, okay? I was going to do it in February, but I'm like, you know what? I want everything to be great. I don't want to rush it. So let me just take my time, and when it's ready, the world will see it. And I'm pretty sure the people who are supportive of me, they'll receive it. So thank you. If you are a returning listener, I want to say welcome back. So let's get right into it. Should we just get right into it? You want to tell me how your day was? Tell me how your day was. I can't hear you, but I know it's amazing. If you clicked on this link, I know you're just in a great headspace. You're ready to listen to a podcast, right? Anyway, okay. So I wanted to introduce the topic. I'm going to get straight to this because, as you all know, if you are a returning listener, I work at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I only have time to do this at night. But I always have something to speak about. And I always speak about what I've been through, what I'm going through, and things that I consider myself to be knowledgeable in. So I would never discuss a topic or bring up a topic that I have no experience in, that I don't know what I'm talking about, that is unrealistic, because everything that I discuss on this channel, on this podcast, is something that I've been through, lived through, know about. I know a few things, a little things. Anyway, this episode I'm excited about because it's called Green Flags. Green flags. Now, we're very much familiar with the red flags, and if you aren't familiar with red flags, those are what we consider, major trigger warnings or major signs that somebody is maybe not the best fit for you, or maybe not in the best mental state for you when it comes to relationships. So we're going to be talking about green flags in relationships. Wow. Positivity, right? No? Click on my other episode about breakups if that's the season that you're in. But if you're in a season where you're dating and you're excited again about dating, here are some green flags that I feel as though I have witnessed. And that can be a sign for you that you're on the right path with this so-called woman, so-called young man that you are interested in, right? So I took some notes, so don't mind me if I'm looking at my little notepad. I wanted to take notes so that I can keep track of my thoughts in this episode, because there are so many things that we consider as red flags. But when I sat down and thought about the green flags, I'm like, wait, these are equally important. You need to be able to identify when there are certain green flags or certain qualities in a person that's like, okay, great, this is going well. And maybe I'll touch on red flags on another episode. But as far as this one, we're going to stick to the positives, right? So I made the analogy of, I related dating to being at a traffic stop, a traffic light, right? And I said, in a world full of red lights or red flags, being single can easily feel like you're sitting at a very long red light. But out of nowhere, sometimes you look up and it's getting yellow. It turns yellow, right? And you're like, okay, hold on. It's yellow. Maybe I'm about to go to green. And then sometimes I go right back to red, right? And you're like, oh, never mind. Let me slow down. It's red again. But then there's that one rare time, or that one specific time, when you look up and the light is green, right? And now you may feel almost hesitant because you've been sitting at this red light. It turns yellow and it's back to red. It's yellow, it's back to red. But whoa, it's green now, right? And you may be hesitant to go. You may not want to just drive when it's green, but what do we do when people are at green lights and they don't move? We get frustrated, like, beep, get out the way, sis, get out the way, bro. Like, your light is green, go ahead. So I related that analogy to dating. It almost felt like for a long time that personally, when I was dating, it would be red light, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm just getting here. It'll turn yellow, like, okay, almost. And then it's red again, right? And personally, in my journey, after I had a major breakup, I guess you can say, I took a break from dating. So I've been single for a year and some change. And even when I was in my single journey and still dating, there'll be some guys, y'all, that would just be like flag dancing with the red flags. Like things that I can't even like look past. You know, some things you want to say, okay, maybe they just don't know. Maybe they aren't aware. But no, it's some head-on red flags. I'm at the red light again. So when I started dating and I started noticing green flags, I was like, oh, this feels pretty nice. What should I do? And the young man had told me, he said, embrace it. And I was like, I'm still in that. So I told him I'm still in it. If he sees this, yes, I stole it. I meant what I said. I said what I said. I'm going to steal it. The word that I would tell you is that if you were at a red light for a long period of time, maybe you were healing from a breakup, maybe you just wanted to take a year or 2 or 3, some women are doing that, which is okay, to learn yourself, to realign yourself with your own values and to get more acquainted with yourself, a green light may feel scary. You may not want to drive. You may be like, oh, what if I drive and I got to stop? But the word that I have for you is to embrace it. Embrace it. Feel all it is without thinking about the future and definitely not thinking about your past, right? When you embrace something, you are fully present in the moment. Everything that has happened, you're not thinking about other things, but what is happening right now. You're not thinking, well, what if, or how come, or how do I? No, you're just embracing it. And I think that is the best word that I can describe for when you find yourself encountering green flags. And I am very much aware that there are so many different dynamics to relationships these days. But in this specific episode, I will be speaking about heterosexual, healthy love. I'm not speaking about green flags and hookups. Okay, I want to be very specific because I don't have no green flags for those type of situations. It's all going to be red. Trust and believe, right? We'll talk about that. But I'm not speaking about hookups. I'm not speaking about situationships. I'm not speaking about sneaky links. I'm not speaking about you dating somebody's girlfriend or you dating somebody's man, okay? I'm speaking about heterosexual, healthy love, green flags, okay? All right, so we got that out there. It may be scary when you're experiencing green flags, especially if you have such a long track record or a history of identifying the red ones. So I made 7 things that may be considered green flags. Number 1, he or she makes plans to see you. Period. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but believe it or not, we live in a generation where everything is virtual. You know, everything is on your phone. You may feel like you don't even have to meet up with people anymore because of how easily you can access somebody on Instagram, Facebook Live, whatever. But if this woman has interest in you, she's going to want to see you physically, be in your presence, smell you. Do you even smell good? Okay? This man is going to make an effort to not only make plans with you, but he's going to be consistent with those plans. So it's not going to be like, let's make plans, and then the day of it's like, yeah, me and my boys are actually going. No. You are going to become a priority for him or her to see. So that's a green flag. If somebody wants to spend time with you, they're not just going to keep saying, I would love to spend time with you. Oh, I would love to see you. Oh. No. The questions are going to sound more like, when are you free? Is this a good date for you? What if we do this date? They're taking initiative to see you. And as far as women, we don't really like to take initiative in that sense because it's not in our nature to hunt and pick and choose, okay? Yes, the dynamic is changing drastically, because of how women have become so comfortable, I guess you can say, in their masculinity. But in real life, some people, that is their real life. In some people's ideal lives, okay, the woman wants you to take initiative and say, hey, are you free this day? And maybe she would say, no, I'm not free this day, but I'm free this day. And then as a man, you would say, oh, okay, let's make that day happen. Or how about this day? It's just a plan to see each other, and it's mutual. So if you are trying to seek a young lady and she's always busy, she does not like you. It's not like when men say, yeah, I'm busy. You know, maybe they are, or maybe they just aren't interested either. But for the most part, when a woman is interested in you, she will make the time. And I'm pretty sure it works vice versa. But again, I don't speak for men on this channel. I speak for myself, and I am a woman, okay? So maybe men, you know, they want women to initiate, you know, seeing each other. But a real woman wants you to take charge and say, when are you free? And if he's never saying, when are you free? He doesn't care if you're free. And that's just point blank, period. If y'all just been texting for a year, leave it at that, because he doesn't want to see you. I mean, like, come on. Let's keep it real. Now, again, all of these things are my opinion. If you've been texting a man or a woman for a year and then y'all just get married and happily ever after, wow, you know, I'm so excited for you. But let's be for real, like my kids say in school. All right. Number 2, he or she expresses the same intentions as you. Okay. And when I say the same intentions as you, I'm saying you're not the only one that is seeking a relationship. You're not the only one that is desiring maybe marriage. Okay. In my terms, when I was dating and men would say stuff like, oh, well, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just looking for a hangout or a friend. I gotta go. Like, I'm literally gonna block you, you know, because that's not what I'm looking for. And yeah, I could say, hey, you know, well, I'm good. I don't need any more friends. And I tell people this all the time. It's like when you're dating and you are a great woman or you are a great man, you don't need too many friends, okay? If a woman's coming into your life and she's like, oh, we can be friends, just tell that young woman, I have enough friends. Amen. Okay. And because that's their intentions. Your intentions aren't aligned. I'm so over this narrative that like people don't want to be with each other for long term. People just want the quickest thing. They want 3 or 4 men. Most women do not want that. Most women do not want to share their energy, their feminine divine energy with all these numerous men. They just do that as a defense mechanism because of the fact that these men, some men, do not desire the same thing that they desire. So instead of them waiting for the man that is going to provide them with what they desire, right? They stick around for that man that's like, oh yeah, I don't want a relationship. He'd be like 40 years old. Yeah, I don't want a relationship. We could just chill. No. Or you got a shorty that you've been talking to forever and she just want to be your friend, but she wants you to take her out to eat. She wants you to pay for her bills, her hair, her nails, but you're not her man. If they don't have the same intentions as you, that is not a green flag. That is a red flag. The green flag is that they not only have the same intentions as you, but they express those intentions to you. Okay, they let it be known, hey, I like you. You are a person that I'm interested in. I want to actively get to know you. I'm excited to see you again. You know, I am looking for something long term. Hopefully that can be us. You know, talk spicy. If they're not talking spicy, let them walk. Okay, let them go get a spring fling. Because honestly, most people desire just random frivolous connections. And I'm not one of those women, right? So a lot of people used to tell me that I used to be in too many relationships, right? Because if I was in a relationship and it was not working anymore, I was not happy, I was not satisfied, I would just leave, right? But I was always taught that if you are no longer happy, or if the person is emotionally, physically, or abusing you, hurting you, leave. Some women just want to hide that they're going through that and just be with somebody for the look of it. That's not good either. But I'm not even going to I don't know how I got into that. I'm going to stick to this script, okay? Because I can start preaching for real. But listen, men, women, know your worth. If that person does not have the same intentions as you, if you want to be with somebody who doesn't have kids yet, and you are settling for someone who does, And I won't say settling because, yes, there are a lot of single fathers and single mothers that are amazing partner candidates. But if that is something that you do not want, trust and believe those intentions will not align, because that man or woman is looking for a potential stepmama, stepdaddy to their child. And if you have intentions on like, I never even wanted you to have a kid, let's be real. Let's be for real. Okay? Anywho, number 3, you feel safe. It's almost as if you're talking to your best friend, right? You feel safe. This person, oh my gosh. It's like, no matter when you guys talk, you guys always have this connection where it's like, I feel like you my homie for real. Okay? Like, I know that men really love that, where they can have a woman who's also like their best friend, right? Women love that as well. Women want a man who feels like their best friend. Maybe we're not going to hit you with the girl. Okay? We're not going to hit you with that. But it's nice to have somebody who wants to know what's going on. Like, he wants to know what your friends are up to. He wants to know positive things at that, okay? Don't be telling your man about your actual friend's business, okay? Don't do that. But he wants to know, like, who you love, who you, like, what do you like to do? And he wants to experience that with you. That woman, she wants to actively know, like, what's your favorite sports team? Like, what's the type of things that you like? Because the more she knows about what you like, is the better she'll be able to understand you. She'll be able to understand you better. So if that man is not asking you anything about what you like, you just feel like you're just talking to a zombie. It's just like there's no interest in your life. That's probably not a green flag. A green flag is a man who is always asking you specific questions based on what you've already either expressed to him or what he wants to know, okay? It's gonna feel like a bestie type of thing. And honestly, if you're dating someone and it doesn't feel like that, I wouldn't put that pressure on it, because again, friendship is built, okay? And it doesn't happen overnight. But if it almost feels like you're talking to somebody who's not excited to talk to you, that's not a green flag, okay? Let's just skedaddle. Dip, basically. Okay, we're on a roll. I hope this is not gonna be 45 minutes. Number 4, a green flag while dating. Nothing feels rushed. It's almost as if you guys are in your own time zone, in your own little world, right? So when dating, personally, I've always been so concerned with like, okay, I've had history with rushing, only because like if we're talking deep, we're talking love bombing, we're talking like I've been manipulated into rushing. Sometimes I've just been so ready because of how I felt about that person. But you meet a person and they're giving you the same energy. Like nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels scripted. You're literally, it just works. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, right? Because if you want to be technical, if we want to dive deep in that real quick, what is rushing? What is rushing? I mean, there isn't such thing as rushing. But if you think about it, what is rushing? What is time? Are we even on the right time? That we do even know what time it really is? Right now it's 11:06, but is it really 11:06? Ask yourself that. I found this on the web. Mind your business, Siri. Anyway, so yeah, what is rushing? And if you are with somebody who says like, oh, I feel like we're rushing, I don't know. From experience, I feel like that's kind of a red flag, because it's like, what do you mean by rushing? But then again, I know people are going to be like, well, you have to take it slow. Good things happen in due time. Yeah. But let me tell you something. You know for a fact off rip if you like somebody or not. Point blank, period. Do you like me or not? And if you do like me, let's take our time together. Let's not make it a thing where it's like a woman's telling you as a man, oh, we're rushing. And then you see her 2 months later and she got a whole husband. Was it rushing, or did she just not want to move forward with you? I mean, let's just talk about it. Like, what is rushing? Like, I was talking... I don't know if I want to get too deep in my personal dating life right now, because y'all like the wrong stuff. But anyway, I'm talking to a young man, right? I know. right? Oh, I'm probably gonna cut this part out. But I am talking to a young man, and I had asked him what he felt about rushing. And he says, "What is rushing?" Like, and I said, "Talk to me crazy." I'm gonna cut that out. Anyway, okay, anyway, number 5. You can be your complete authentic self. You can be your complete authentic self. So if your authentic self is that you like to be at home, chilling in silence with your partner, and y'all just take each other's hands and y'all just be miming with each other in silence, can you be that person with that person? Or did you get the most hyped city girl on the planet, and now you got to go outside every night spinning stacks because she like them racks dropped, and now you're in debt because all you did was like to watch TV and relax after a long day at work, but she wants to twerk in the clubs every night. Can you be your authentic self? I mean, that was a wild comparison or example, but let's be for real. These are the times that we live in, okay? Me personally, I'm super goofy. Like, I try to put this persona on as AYCE, but even through this brand, y'all see my goofy side. Like, I can't hide who I am. So if I thought to pair myself with a dude who never smiles, like every day he just like, yeah, that's my lady. It's not given. I can't be my authentic self with you, then what are we really doing, right? Maybe that young man who never smiles needs to be with a woman who never smiles too, okay? And that's another thing. Some people like to get with you because they like the idea of you, right? So a lot of people probably got with me and were like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. She's so fine. She has good music. She's so chocolate. I love her. I love the way she walks. And then they get with me, and I'm actually crazy ambitious. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing 4 things, 5 things at a time. I work 12-hour shifts. Nothing around here is always fun, okay? We get down. We do our work over here. We get this money. You know what? It's kind of hard being your authentic self with somebody who you can't be your authentic self with. Why get paired with somebody who's not equally yoked? That's another term that we will discuss in greater depth in another episode. But being equally yoked means that you have the same morals. You just have the same path, okay? If you're going here as a man and she's going here, but y'all like each other, yeah, it'll come, but eventually y'all are gonna drift apart because y'all have 2 different paths. So find somebody that you can be authentically you with, okay? I'm goofy, he's goofy, I'm funny, he's hilarious, I'm talented, he's super talented. Like, that's just how it has to go. And that's how I wish for you, young man, young woman, okay? That's a green flag. You can be your authentic self and they like it. Isn't it a beautiful thing? You could be silly. You could be, for my ladies, you could be sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. He gonna be like, that's when you the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. Like, really? Honestly, authentic yourself. You could take the lashes off. You could take the jewels off. And you could just be in your long t-shirt, your bonnet and your long t-shirt. And he gonna be like, girl, you look so beautiful right now. And he gonna mean that thing. Not them other ones. We want the real thing, okay? Men, you could wipe your sidelines off. Your jet black. My bad. All right, I'm gonna keep it cute. Number 6. You can have deep conversations about all topics. I'm talking about, y'all start talking about conspiracy theories, how that jab was probably your folks, a hoax, whatever they call it. Y'all can talk about anything, and it's never boring because not only do they want to hear what you have to say about the topic, but they want to pick your brain. They want to tell you what they feel about it as well. Y'all are having deep conversations, and not just about trauma, not just about what your ex did. Like, yes, we probably want to talk about those things because I want to know what's up. Like, me personally, I've heard the whole don't talk about your ex. But I think if you're talking about your ex relationships in a way of like being self-aware, being more aware of why it ended, your part and why it ended, and you want to share that with the person that you're thinking about moving forward in the future, I feel like that's important. I want to know what you've been through. But on the devil's advocate side, they say women don't do that. Like, if this is not somebody that you trust or you feel, like I said previously, safe with, or like a best friend type vibe, don't do that. Because what some of these men do, and I'm going to tell you, sis, because I love you, And bro, sometimes it's happened to y'all too. But they'll take what you've been through and they'll run a sequel on it. Like, oh yeah, she did that. Let me do it again. Oh, you said you paid for everything and homie never had no bread? I could be broke too. And you gonna love me, shorty, because you did it before. So you gonna do it again, right? You know, and I'm just saying that to say, be careful. Be careful with that because when it comes to deep conversations, just make sure it's mutual. Make sure it's a safe place. And make sure that that person really, really cares about you before you start sharing, you know, things that you maybe are very sensitive about, very vulnerable about, because some people are really wicked and they'll use that against you. Oh, they won't think twice about it, okay? So be careful. But it is a green flag if a man or a woman is being vulnerable with you and those deep conversations are mutual. And lastly, and I feel like this is the most important part, they do not judge you. They listened and respond. Okay? They don't listen to respond. They listen and respond. Right? It's some beautiful feeling when you are sharing like the most embarrassing, the most cringy, the most dark, like painful parts of your life, and that person is just like, I'm proud of you. You got through that. I'm telling y'all, those type of men are real. Those type of women are real, y'all. And I want to end it by saying this. If you are in your single season, be encouraged. The one thing you don't want to do when you're looking at these green flags, right? You don't want to mess it up by your own trauma, your own thoughts, your own self-sabotaging habits. You want to, what did I say before? See if y'all remember it like I do my kids. What did I say? It starts with an E. If it rhymes with ACE. Embrace. Yes. You want to embrace it. Why? Because you might miss it if you are so stuck on what the last man or what the last woman did to you. Don't enter into these new healthy seasons in your life thinking about what somebody did to you. One, it's not fair. It's not fair to the person who wants to come in and love you, right? And it's not fair to yourself because you deserve to be loved, young man. You deserve. I know your ex really did you dirty. I know she did. But don't bring that to the next young woman who literally doesn't know you from a can of paint. Don't bring that trauma onto her. Or young woman, don't bring what that man did to you into that new situation with that man who actually just wants to get to know you because he actually finds you interesting and he wants to be in your life. Okay, I had my period of self-sabotage, but thankfully I got through it. It was not easy because, you know, a lot of different energies were coming towards me. And I was at a point in my life last year when I was like, I wasn't desperate. Let's just be real. Sometimes when you're desperate, you'll turn red flags to green. That's a no-no. When you're dating, come from a place of openness. Come from a place, maybe a clean slate. Give yourself a literal clean slate and embrace whatever comes with that, okay? So I am let me see. Those are the green flags that I came up with. It's exciting to actually be able to even do a podcast on green flags because for so long I was in the praise dance team with red. I'm talking about he was dripped out in red flag. Like you would think he was a blood in a game the way he had red flags, you know. I don't like to speak on anybody negatively because we are on a spiritual journey. But y'all know what them red flags look like, especially men. Y'all know y'all couldn't trust short. Anyway, we're talking about green flags here, okay? Be open to new love. Say it with me if you can. I won't know if you said it anyway, but say it. I'm going to be open to new love. That's what you said. I heard you. I heard you in my own head. Yes. You're going to be open to new love. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to make you open to new possibilities. And then if it doesn't even work out, at least you were open. At least you were able to receive it. And you had a clean slate. You had an open mind. So when you do see these green flags, don't be nervous. Don't be hesitant as you may feel. These are normal because you may have not experienced green flags in a long time. But when that light turns green, Just like everybody that's going to beep behind you, if you were at an actual green light just sitting there on your brakes, it's time for you to go, okay? Put that pedal, what they say, to the metal and go, all right? Don't let anybody else tell you different. I'm so sick of people like, oh, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Girl, if that basket is fire and that basket is treating you right and that basket is consistent and that basket is beautiful or handsome and that basket is self-aware and that basket is mature and that basket is unique, you better put your eggs in that basket. Ain't no need to put your eggs in a beautiful basket like that and then go put your eggs in some side chicks baskets. That's going to break because they was made out of plastic straws. No, it was made out of the paper straws that everybody hates. But you didn't want to put all your eggs in this basket. So you went and you threw your eggs in all types of baskets. And now you don't even have that many eggs. And now you don't have that much energy. Because all your energy is in eggs that are in so many baskets. That made a lot of sense. Don't play with her. But yes, thank you so much. That is it. But listen, I wish you the best. If you are on your single journey, I wish you the best. Young man, you deserve love. Young woman, you deserve love, okay? Do not settle until you find or that love finds you. Pour all of that love and energy that you're looking on these dating sites. Dating sites is a no. DMs, hit or miss. But really just put all that love and energy into yourself. Be that green flag that you want to see in others. And I promise you, young man, young woman, you are going to get it, okay? I promise you. And also, can't let this go. You must pray. I know nobody wants to pray anymore, right? Pray. Pray about what your future spouse looks like. Pray about what a green flag to you looks like and ask God to send that to you. Ask God to remove the red flags in the mighty name of Jesus. Ask God in the mighty name of Christ Yeshua to remove every detour, every delay from your life so that you are able to receive that real love when it comes to you. Ask him to clean your heart, to purge your mind, to allow you to be receptive if love comes your way. And you can't fail in prayer because prayer changes things, okay? Had to end it with that because that's something I did and it's very, very, very important to me. So maybe it will resonate with you as well. All right, so I didn't want to keep this episode long. Thank you so much for tuning in to Black Girl from Brick City. I can't wait to see you in episode 27 next week. Bye. Have a good night. Through the window, black girl, gotta watch what I'm into. Black girl, you don't know what I've been through. Dark skin,